Hi and welcome everyone to another video on my channel. My name is Denis and yes, finally FPL is back. So today I'm going to show you my first draft for the next season of Fantasy Premier League. If you enjoy my content, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button, but now let's get into it. Okay, so let's just jump straight into it. FPL is finally back. The prices are revealed and today I'm going to try to build my first draft. Now obviously it's not going to be my Game Week 1 draft probably by deadline because probably we're going to make some changes, but this is my team at the moment. I try to use all my money into this draft. As you can see, my defense at the moment is going to be really cheap. Why I say that is because as you can see from the screen, I have just Guardiol, who is a premium defender, let's call him like that, at 6 millions, and then I have just 4.5 million defenders because I wanted to use all my money in attack. This is my first impression. A lot of things can change, but let's start with the explanation. In goal I have Kelleher, as you can see. We know that he transferred out from Liverpool to Brentford. Brentford are not the best defense in the league or something like that. He's just a 4.5 million goalkeeper, which I like. Verbruggen could be also an option. And if I want to make some cuts in midfield or in the forward line, we could upgrade to a 5 million goalkeeper, maybe something like that. Sanchez, Pickford is going to be 5.5. So there are some options, but usually I like to start the season with a 4.5 million goalkeeper. Now I really need to figure it out what my strategy is going to be now that we're going to have two sets of chips for this season. So I really need to see if I want to use my bench boost in game week 1 or something like that, and then think a little bit more about how my team is going to look like. My second goalkeeper is going to be a 4 million one, Kinski from Spurs. And finally, at the moment, I think that there are some chances that he could be the first goalkeeper option for Spurs. So yeah, it doesn't really matter if he's not going to be the first goalkeeper for Spurs. I'm just going to buy another 4 million goalkeeper from a team like Sunderland, Burnley, Leeds, something like that. So I don't use all my three spots for a team like Spurs. Now in my backline, as you can see, we have the Kuiper, Gvardiol and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. My other defenders are Konsa from Aston Villa, which I think that is a really cheap defender. He's just 4.5 millions. Considering the new metric system with the defensive contributions, I think that Konsa could be a really nice option. The fixtures from Aston Villa are pretty decent to start the season, and also I have a 4 million defender, so ignore the name. That could be anyone really. Now with the Kuiper, is the new signing from Brighton. He's a really attacking fullback. If you don't know, just take a look at his stats from the Belgian league. He came from Club Brugge. He scored a lot of goals, a lot of assists basically, so I just think that he's going to be a really attacking option, and he also comes in at 4.5 millions, which I think that it's really nice. Another good thing about him is that Estupinian just is going to transfer to AC Milan, so he's not going to have a lot of competition on that spot. So yeah, I think that is just a great option. Gvardiol from Manchester City, the fixtures are great. Man City usually are going to be are at least a good defense. Now with the new bonus metric, Gvardiol, if he's going to play as a center back, he could also benefit from that. At the moment, I picked him over someone like Anuary, but that thing could easily change, right, by Game Week 1 deadline. Now, at the moment, I just think that he's a more safe option than someone like Anuary, although I really like how Anuary performed in the Club World Cup for Manchester City, so he's definitely going to be an option. And my last defender is Aaron Wan-Bissaka from West Ham. Now here we have other options from West Ham. Someone like Diouf could be an option, someone like Kilman maybe, but they are going to play against Sunderland in game week 1, so that I really like. And also with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we know that sometimes he's making a lot of tackles, interceptions, and as I said before, that's going to help us to get more points with the new metric. Now, depending if you're going to use your bench boost in game week 1 or not, you could pick different players. Obviously, there are a lot of options here. We have players from Tottenham who are going to be 4.5 millions. Someone like Udogi, someone like Van de Ven could be an option. We have other players from Manchester United. Those defenders are going to be 4.5 millions. So it's not locked in or something like that. The players from Everton, how we expected, are priced a little bit more expensive. So someone like Tarkovsky comes in at 5.5 millions. I just think that it is a little bit too much for an Everton defender, although we know that he's going to be really good with that metric. But again, there are different options. I would love to have someone like Frimpong, Kerkez. We just need to see how the preseason is going to go. But at the moment, this is how my defense is lining up. So let's move to the midfield. Okay, now shortly before talking about my midfield, I just want to announce that this season I'm going to work with Fantasy Football Hub. So if you want to get an edge on your mini league rivals, if you're into stats, if you want to see which teams have the better fixtures, and also if you want to have your team rated by a program, obviously you can join with the link in my description, and also it is a big discount at the moment, so feel free to use it. But going back to my midfield, here we have Mohamed Salah, so no surprises. He's going to be 14.5 millions. I think that he's maybe 0.5 millions cheap, so it is a really easy decision for me at the moment to start with him. Now obviously we don't know exactly that he's going to do such good things like he did last season, but based on last season he was just amazing, and it's really tough for me to try to not pick him into my team. Probably is going to be also my captain for game week 1 against Bournemouth at home. The fixtures are not amazing for Liverpool in game week 2 and game week 3, but Mohamed Salah is going to be amazing. He's still going to be on penalties. Liverpool bought a lot of attacking players, which we're going to discuss a little bit in a minute. So I think that they are just going to get better. And really short, Njae from Everton, he's just a budget pick there. He's on penalties. His minutes are looking decent, and the first game is against Leeds, so pretty much it's not too much into it. You're going to see him in a lot of drafts here on YouTube, but the thing is, he's a really cheap midfielder on penalties, so pretty much that's my decision. With Palmer, again, I'm not sure if he's going to be in my team by game week 1 deadline, but again, he's 10.5 millions, a little bit more expensive that I wanted him to be for me to pick him into my team, but at the moment he's in. Now I really need to figure it out if I want him. Obviously I know he was really frustrating in the last part of the last season. I had him in my own FPL team, so yeah, but the fixtures for Chelsea are great. That's the thing to start the season. Crystal Palace at home, on penalties, on set pieces, all that good stuff. So, and also his form is looking like he's going to return to the back Cole Palmer. So at the moment he's in. Baleba is just an enabler here. I have 3 strikers you're going to see in a minute. Baleba is just a cheap enabler. Now with the new bonus metric system with defensive contribution, maybe he's going to be an option, but again, he could be anyone else. He could be someone like Anderson from Nottingham Forest if you want, but basically you want players who are going to have a lot of interceptions, tackles, ball recoveries for midfielders and forwards. So all that good stuff. We need to see. I didn't analyze too much about the new metric, how it is going to affect us, obviously. So we need to see if it's going to be worth it to have someone like Baleba, but he's 5 millions, I think. If I can find 0.5 millions, I could go for someone like Adingra from Sunderland, which is a player I really like, and I think that he could be a really nice option at that price at least. So yeah, we talked about Mohamed Salah. Let's talk a little bit about Wirtz, because probably it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. Now, again, don't hate too much. I know he's going to need some time to adapt to the Premier League. We saw the cases of Timo Werner and other players, but again, I just think that you just can't compare the situation. If Timo Werner failed to adapt to the Premier League, it doesn't mean that the same thing is going to happen to Wirtz. So again, the fixtures, as I said before, are decent for Liverpool. Game week 2, 3 a little bit tough, but after that the fixtures are great. So definitely it's not a rush to buy someone like Wirtz. I think that if you want to buy him in game week 4, that's perfectly fine, if he's going to smash it. Obviously, if he's going to be a flop, then yeah, nobody really wants to buy him. But I just think that at his price, he's a little bit cheap at the moment. I expected him to be 9 or 9.5 million, something like that. He's just 8.5 millions. He's cheaper than someone like Bruno Fernandes, for example. So I just think that it makes more sense to just pick him. Now, again, I could see another strategy here. If you really need cash, if you maybe want to have a draft with Haaland and Mohamed Salah, both of them in your team, you could go without Palmer and have Florian Wirtz. Now, again, I'm not saying that he's going to cover Palmer or something like that. I just think that you're going to save 2 millions for a similar type of player. Now, again, Wirtz is not having all the set pieces, he's not on penalties for Liverpool. So again, Mohamed Salah is going to be on penalties. Don't worry about that, guys. But he's a similar player to Cole Palmer, and I think that he's going to get loads of goals and assists this season for Liverpool. Now, before moving to forwards, I just want to say that no, if you thought about it, Wirtz is not going to cover Mohamed Salah. I think that if you want a cheaper player, if you don't want to go with Mohamed Salah, then fine, just buy Florian Wirtz, but don't expect him to cover him to score as many goals as Mohamed Salah. I just don't think that's going to be the case this season, but let's see the forward. Okay, now moving to the forward line. As you can see, here we have a line of Solanke, Watkins and Welbeck. This is how my front three is looking at the moment. I think that we're going to have a lot of options in attack in FPL. Liverpool just signed Ekitike. Gyökeres is looking like he's going to go to Arsenal. We need to see if Man United are going to buy a striker. And other options, obviously, from last season. Now, I started with Solanke. Again, the fixture is just great against Burnley. Maybe a lot of people are not going to like him. I like him as a player. Maybe his defensive output is going to help us now this season with the new metric. With defensive contributions. If Son is not going to be on the pitch, he's the second penalty taker probably, so I really like him. He's 7.5 millions. He has the same price as someone like João Pedro, Wood. All these players are going to be great options. Someone like Wissa. But again, with Solanke, you just know that he's going to play a lot of minutes. The fixtures are decent to start the season with. So yeah. Secondly, we have Oli Watkins. The fixtures for Aston Villa are great. In game week 1, Newcastle at home is not the best fixture, but after that, the fixtures are great. He's going to be in that attack. Someone like Morgan Rogers is 7 millions. At the moment, I just think that the price is a little bit too high for him. He's not on penalties at the moment, but if Aston Villa maybe are going to transfer out some players, maybe he's going to be on penalties, who knows. But at the moment, we know that Watkins is a great option. He's 9 millions, so he's a lot more cheaper than Isak and someone like Haaland, and the fixtures are just better. So pretty much that's my reasoning why I picked him. And also I have Welbeck here, who's going to play against Fulham at home. Now, I didn't talk too much about the other options in midfield. We have a lot of options. We have players like Kudus, 6.5 millions. We have strikers. We have Evan Nilsson, which is a nice option, but he's playing against Liverpool in game week 1. At some point, Isak is going to be an option, but the fixtures are just not great to start the season with, so that's why I don't have him. João Pedro could be an interesting one, but at the moment I just think that the risk is there. This is just my first FPL draft for the next season of Fantasy Premier League. A lot of things are going to change. I need to make a little bit more of a research maybe, but again, my team would look something like that. Baleba would be on the bench and Welbeck would be starting. So a 3-4-3 formation. This is how my team would line up for game week 1. Now again, I need to figure it out if I want to use my bench boost in game week 1, or how even I'm going to use all these chips in the first part of the season. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed my content, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye.